What's up, Amazon sellers? Are you taking advantage of cashback in your Amazon business? Then in this video today, I'm going to share with you my 6 steps on how to get cashback for your Amazon UK business and other things that are going to help you take advantage of cashback. Stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson. I've been selling on Amazon now the last 5 years doing online arbitrage. In the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. Check this out. In the USA, I'm a 6-figure Amazon seller. Check this out. And hopefully in the near future, we're going to expand into another marketplace. And if you're interested in learning how I've done it, what I've done, and obviously my journey as well, do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. But hey, enough about me. What are we going to talk about today? Well, first things first, number one, I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory about why I'm making the video. Number two, I'm going to talk about what is cashback. Number three, I'm going to go through top cashback websites to use for you in your business. Number four, I'll actually then go through how to stack cashback with credit cards as well. Number five, I'll actually go through how to double stack cashback with credit cards. I'll give you a live screen share of that one. And then number six, I'm going to talk about how to maximize cashback payouts and how to use it effectively. Number seven, I'm going to share my 6-step process that really dramatically increases your cashback tracking rates. Again, I'll give you a screen share. And finally, number 8, I'll give you some top tips and tricks that are really going to support you. Let's get started. Okay, so first things first, let's give you a little bit of a backstory. Now, look, leveraging your cashback is probably one of the best ways to save money. Now, in my case, I get to maximize the cashback from my business through reinvesting it in, should we say, inventory, also maybe like hiring more VAs, paying for software, but also as well, maybe for like personal expenses, like paying for maybe a trip to Vietnam that I've done, or a first-class ticket from Mexico to London. I enjoyed that, and lots more. Now, with that being said, I'm taking the chance now to share with you how to get cashback, which can help you in your business and also maximize it for both the business and personal benefits as well. Now, this leads me nicely onto my second chapter, which is what is cashback? Well, basically, cashback is a reward given to you for making a purchase and spending money at their store. Quite simply put, cashback is getting a percentage of the amount you spend as cashback when you buy something from a store or a supplier. Quick question for you guys. Are you taking advantage of cashback? Just let me know in the comments down below. Drop me a yes or a no. I'll be interested to know, are you taking advantage of cashback? Let me know. Okay, so this leads me nicely onto what cashback website should you be thinking about, and let's go through it. So in this chapter now, I'm gonna share with you, should we say, the top cashback websites which I'm using and that others are using as well to maximize it. So some that I'm using, but also some that others are using that I don't, and I'll kind of explain why. So first things first, the first cashback website that we use is quite simply Top Cashback. Now, what I like about Top Cashback is that it's not strict when it comes to, should we say, business purposes. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, basically, there are cashback websites that are going to decline you from getting the cashback once they detect that you're doing business purposes. And what do we mean by that? Well, you're putting through quite a lot of purchasing. The amount we do, even getting started sellers, is significantly more than your usual retail buyer or retail person, general consumer. Business purchases for reselling generally have a lot of cashback. Now, with Top Cashback, I'm not saying that they pretty much allow you, they just don't really flag it and they're pretty much happy with that. So there's no issue with you putting through big purchases or large volumes of cashback. They generally track everything. Now, aside from the advantage of Top Cashback, there are some of the cons. And one of the cons is that it generally has a small cashback percentage. Simply put, you're probably going to get anything between like 1% and 5% cashback from the suppliers. It's not big, but obviously it can really add up if you keep doing it over time. But hey, every little helps. Now, the second one we look at is a website called Quidco. Now, what I'll say about Quidco is that there are many suppliers supported by Quidco. So if you want to look into, should we say, other cashback websites that maybe Top Cashback can't give, then Quidco is a good choice as well. And also as well, they give generally decent, probably about 1% to 5%, same as Top Cashback as well. Now, despite the advantages it shared with you, there are also the cons you should be aware of. This is getting cashback declined. Based on our experience, we see that there is a slightly higher chance of your cashback not tracking or declining with Quidco than versus Top Cashback, hence why we choose that first. Now, also as well, we get a lot of decline, should we say, reasons declined for things like when we're trying to stack cashback with voucher codes, that gets declined. And also as well, Quidco sometimes just doesn't even tell you. So it's a bit of a pain. We get a higher tracking rate with Top Cashback, hence why we recommend that one. But still, Quidco is pretty good. Now, let me share with you some other cashback, should we say, websites that we no longer use, but you can choose as well, especially if you're getting started. So the first on my list, and we have used excessively in the past, but no longer is Complete Savings. Now, with this cashback website, we've seen that they give big cashback percentage. Pretty much Complete Savings will give you 10% cashback for everything. That's one of the headline things. Now, this is big in comparison to, should we say, the sites that I mentioned before, 1 to 5%. So it really does make a difference. But the downside here is that they have limitations. One of those is you can only earn a maximum of £250 per cashback per month. And if you exceed that, you're going to get nothing else. But also as well, if you keep getting even close to it, call it above 200 per month, then they're going to flag your account, ask to see receipts, and most likely close the account down. So you might get away with it for a month or two, then after that, you can't continue doing it. So in addition to that, if they are detecting it for business purposes, i.e. you're doing too much volume, then obviously they're going to decline you and they're going to, should we say, cancel your account. Now, with that being the case, we concluded that, quite simply, we'd rather have the guarantee of the cashback coming through rather than the chance of losing it all, which is what happens with Complete Savings. So hence why we don't do it. They're really strict with business purposes and obviously closing accounts down. Now, the second one which I talk about is a website called Delivery Deals. Now, what I'll say is that Delivery Deals is very similar to Complete Savings. They offer big cashback percentage, pretty much about 10%. And with that, you can save a lot of money. It does take it does really help you out. Now, one of the disadvantages of Delivery Deals is that they have a yearly limit, and the yearly limit is only £1,000. So it's like quite small. That's 4 months worth of Complete Savings. Now, the other one also as well, Delivery Deals do a weird thing. They send you a check, which is like crazy. So when you get the money, they send you checks for like £13, £16. It's like, oh my God. Just a different way of doing it, and it creates hassle. Quite simply is you can only get up to 1,000, and then obviously you can't do any more until the next year, but you've still got to keep paying for it. Why? Because it's quite hard to create an account. So it doesn't really work very much. It's only £10, so you're still making net profit, but it's still not that easy. It's £10 per month and you're still making profit from it, but it's not easy. I want to be able to put a lot of volume through. I'm looking at trying to scale this business big. This leads me nicely onto my fourth chapter, how to stack cashback with credit cards. Now, let me tell you that using your credit cards everywhere won't get you rich, but what it will do is help you, should we say, generate some more cashback, or should we say points for the payments you're making. Now, in order to fully, should we say, take advantage of credit cards and to make money out of them, choosing a credit card with cashback rewards can be really beneficial, or maybe even points. Now, in my case, I use credit cards in my business as the follows: Amex Platinum, Amex Gold, and Capital on tap. All these cards pretty much they give me either a 1% cashback, or they will give me a 1 point, should we say, per £1 spent, which I can then convert points to other rewards or cashback itself. So that has that option. Now, this leads me nicely onto my fifth chapter, which is how to actually double stack credit card cashback. Now, before introducing you to how you can double stack credit card cashback, let me tell you that we're not using this yet, but we are planning to do it going forward. So this is what I've heard from other sellers, and I'm sharing it with you now, but I've heard some great success stories from it as well. Now, you might be asking, how do you double stack cashback credit card? Well, quite simply, there is a mobile application for a company called Curve. Now, Curve is an application which connects your credit card and debit cards to their app, and then it supercharges your spending. With this app and the Curve card itself, you can choose up to 6 retailers where you get extra cashback on top of the cashback you're going to get with, say, the underlying Amex card. Now, with that being said, you can get cashback on the underlying Amex card, and then also as well cashback using the Curve card as well, hence double stacking it. Now, what I'll do quickly now is I'll jump on the computer and I'll give you a quick screen share of the website of the Curve app, just so you can kind of see what it is and the features and the way it works. So let's jump on the computer now. Okay, so here we are on the Curve website. Now, they kind of talk about it, take control of your one app without switching banks. So really, it's kind of like a card which, like PayPal, if you ever use that, you can pay with a PayPal card, but it links to an underlying other card, so like Amex, for example. Now, for you, quite simply, if we kind of explain it down here, if we scroll kind of down, is kind of talks a bit about travel freely. It has some real benefits of it. And again, you want to be looking at getting, should we say, the premium or metal option. That's the one that's going to give you all the cashback. So let's kind of scroll down and have a quick look. So you can see here, it says like 1% cashback Curve subscribers at 3 selected retailers, and Curve Metal subscribers get 6 selected retailers. So you can get that 1% cashback in the retailers of 6 of your choice. So something really important there. But do remember there is a subscription for it. So is going to get the reward, and then obviously you still got to pay a bit back. And I think it's like £10-12 a month, or it says here like, you know, the price. So there is a subscription on that. Just be mindful, but you can double stack using that as well. Now, this leads me nicely on to my 6th chapter, which is how to actually maximize, should we say, cashback payouts. Now, one of the things to maximize cashback payouts is through, should we say, converting the cash back from just cash into points or other reward schemes. Well, let's say, for example, converting your cash back. Instead of just taking it out as straight cash, you can convert it into other schemes such as Avios and Avios points. Now, you can do this with cashback, and top cashback, should we say, and I absolutely love this. As you might all know, should we say, for me, I'm a big believer in maximizing cashback and obviously using that in the reward schemes to, hey, enjoy life. My God, we work so hard in our businesses. We want to have the best life possible, and obviously utilizing these rewards could be really, really beneficial. So quite recently, I got those points and I used it to get a first-class trip from Mexico to London return. That's first class on British Airways, by the way. And I pretty much used points and cash, and the cash only was £642 for a first class ticket. And that ticket is valued at £10,000, which is absolutely incredible. Now, you might be asking, how did I do it? Well, what I learned, or what I saw, is that you can get, for example, when you are cashing out cashback, you can get cashback out, or you can convert the cash into Avios. Now, quite simply, if you want to know, you can convert 1p of cashback into 1 Avios point, which is fantastic. So for me, let's say, for example, if I was going to, should we say, cash out £10 worth of cashback, that's actually 1,000 Avios points, which is actually quite a lot. Now, by requesting cashback as Avios, you can have the freedom to spend them in a range of, should we say, travel and leisure things. And generally, if you're going to spend it on aeroplane flights, it works out at really good value for money. Now, let's just go back to that first class ticket. It has a face value of £10,000, which is incredible. Now, if you were to buy it normally, it's going to cost you £10,000. But for me, it was £642 and 170,000 Avios. So that means using, should we say, my cashback, that's going to be £1,700 worth of cashback, which I convert into £170,000 worth of Avios points, and then obviously paying an additional £642. Now, the combined total of that is just, should we say, close to £2,500, but that is far less than the ticket cost of £10,000 for that ticket, which is incredible. Now, if you want to learn how I actually secured that first class flight from Mexico to London return for only $642, and I did use some credit card points as well on that, but you can do it with the cashback option as well. And what I did is I created a video called Flying First Class for only £642. Check that out, I'll drop it out up here. I think you'll love it. Now, this leads me nicely on to my 7th chapter, which is my 6-step process that's going to dramatically increase your cashback tracking rates. And what I'll do is I'll jump on the computer and show you this as well. Okay, so first things first, let's say, for example, I found this product right here, Shop Disney Chewbacca is going to be a good seller. Now, step 1 is check the supplier has cashback. Now, I've quickly just jumped over to, should we say, Top Cashback and typed this in already, but you can see here, Shop Disney has got a 15% cashback on right now. So I'm really happy about that. And Top Cashback, like I said before, has 1 to 5. Normally today it's 15%. That is amazing. Now that leads me nicely to step 2, put the items into the basket. So I've already just put the items into the basket here. I want to get 5 of these products. So if we click on the basket, you're going to see here, right, I put quantity 5 into the basket. So fantastic. So that's step 2, add them into the basket. Now step 3 is going to sound a bit crazy, but trust me on this one, close the windows of the supplier store. So I'm going to close this window down. Now, quite simply, you want to make sure you're closing every window, not just that one, all of them. And if you've got other browsers loaded up in the background, close them down too. You want to shut everything down. So now it's step 4. We're going to go back to the cashback website right here. You can see. Now, really simply, once you've done this, we're going to come back into it. And I probably just refresh this page to make sure I'm happy. And I want to make sure this is freshly loaded on this page because I'm about to click the link, which leads me nicely to step 5. I'm now going to click that link. Why? Because what's that going to do is now going to take me through. So it says here, cannot be alongside voucher codes. Fine, we're not using voucher code. It's now going to take me through to that website. And what I can now do is obviously continue that process. So wait for this to load. And what you are going to notice right now is while we close it down, I still have those items in my bag because they didn't get lost. They are in my bag or in the basket, voila. And then finally, that leads me on to step 6, which is now I'm going to complete that purchase. And that dramatically increases the tracking rates of your cashback and something I really recommend you do. Okay, so today I'm talking about, maximizing cashback, and also as well, how to get double stacking it, and not only that, also converting it into rewards and first class tickets. Now, the one thing which I will say is cashback is a percentage of the money you are, spending in stores. Now, if you want to earn more cashback and if you want to earn more rewards, and obviously better flights and hotel upgrades, then spend more money. Well, how do you spend more money? Well, it means you need more deals. And if you're looking for more deals, one thing I'd really recommend is getting yourself a VA. What do I mean? Quite simply, a manual sourcing VA that's going to find deals that you can buy low, spend more money on, and obviously cashback, and obviously resell high for a profit on Amazon. Now, if you're interested in getting a VA and want to get started, look no further than the FastTrackFBA VA Academy. This is a service I created whereby we find, hire, and train a virtual assistant to work in your business, and we support you and the VA for 12 weeks to make sure they get results. Now, if you're interested, want to learn more, and maybe want to book a free 30-minute consultation call with my team to have your questions answered, have a look at the link down below, fasttrackfba.com/VA. Trust me, I think you'll love it. We've hired over 500 VAs for over 250 clients. That means people are coming back because they see it works. If you are interested, have a look at the link down below and get started today with your own virtual assistant and maximize those cashback rewards and take some first class flights as well. Now, this leads me nicely onto my 8th chapter, and that's some top tips for you. So first things first, what do I recommend? Use Quidco and Top Cashback. Now, if you are purchasing for business purposes, then Quidco and Top Cashback generally don't really have a problem with it, and you're probably going to get those cashback through and is not getting declined. So that's my top tip, and that's why we use them. Now, the second one for you is don't expect that you will receive all of the cashback for the same amount of that you ran it through. What do I mean by this? If you put through £100 worth of purchases, you might, and it's a 1% cashback, you might not receive the £1. It might be lower. Why? Well, basically there is a possibility that upon payout from the retailer back to the cashback provider, what you're going to receive is lower because they may lower the cashback percentage due to reasons such as voucher codes, or maybe it's already been discounted. We have seen that in our own business. Just be mindful. So you might get lesser cashback. That does happen. It's annoying, but hey, it does happen. Now, the third one I'd say for you is maximize your cashback. Like I said earlier, take advantage of cashback by using it, for like personal trips. Taking that cashback out as maybe not as cash, but maybe as reward points or hotel points, maybe flights to Avios. That is going to really enrich your life and give you a lot more benefits. And hey, my God, we build this business to have a great quality of life. So don't just take it as cash. It isn't always the best way. Now, number 4 is keep a record. Now, considering that, you're doing lots of transactions and you've got your expected cashback change, coming through, it's also important to keep a record to track how much cashback you're expecting. And obviously if it's getting declined, you can go back, or maybe it didn't even track, you can go back and chase that up. Now, if you want to know how we do it in our business, we use the Ultimate Sourcing Sheet. This is quite simply a sheet which manages all our purchases, manages all our suppliers. It gives us intelligence around what's working, what's not, also our VAs, and it just speeds up our processes. And it allows us to manage the cashback as well. We track everything, and any cashback we're missing, we are chasing as well. If you are interested in learning more about the Ultimate Sourcing Sheet, then have a look at the link above. Trust me, it's really game changing. It speeds up so many Amazon businesses, and it has a link into Amazon as well for getting buy box data, sales rank, and the fee data as well into a Google Sheet. Trust me, it's game changing. Now, the 5th top tip I recommend for you is close other tabs before the cashback website. I did it during my 6-step process. Why? Because you are going to get problems with tracking cookies, and that's going to affect your conversion rate, or should we say the amount of tracking. So make sure you're closing all the other tabs and all the other browsers in the browsers behind. Just get it all shut down, and then obviously follow that 6-step process to ensure that you are maximizing the chances of tracking that, should we say, transaction. That is a must. Now, what I will say is that after, should we say, understanding how to get cashback and step-by-step process, you might want to learn about other cashback strategies with the video I created called How to Make More Money Using Cashback. And I'll drop that around here. Check that out. I think you're going to love it. But what I will say is hopefully you like this video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button down below. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson, and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.